Good day, I am Josh. In today's video, I will present the Management Information Systems or MIS plan proposal for the development of document tracking and monitoring system of Bureau of Internal Revenue, Revenue Region Number 1. This video is the final project on CMSC209 Management Information Systems. This proposed development and establishment of the document tracking and monitoring system for BIR Revenue Region Number 1 or BIR RR1 is based on the MIS plan, which comprises of three parts, namely the strategic plan, operational plan, and systems analysis and design. As one of the bureaus under Department of Finance, BIR is mandated to assess and collect national internal revenue taxes, fees, and charges, and to enforce forfeitures, penalties, and fines connected therewith. We can fully read the mandate of the agency in the agency's website www.bir.gov.ph. BIR has a mission to collect taxes through just enforcement of tax laws for nation building and the upliftment of the life of the Filipinos. A vision which states that the Bureau of Internal Revenue is an institution of service excellence and integrity, and has core values that include God-fearing, accountability, innovativeness, integrity, competency, transparency, and patriotism. Presented is the BIR's organizational structure, and overall, the BIR has a total of 74 offices in the National Office, 5 data centers, 22 regional offices, and 115 district offices nationwide. The office which proposes the establishment of the system is BIR RR1. Technically, revenue regions are also mandated to collect taxes, as well as to implement plans and programs conducted by the national office within its jurisdiction. BIR RR1 is located at San Miguel, Calasiao, Pangasinan, and has a total of 7 division offices and 6 revenue district offices under its jurisdictions, which are the following. For division offices, we have Legal Division, Assessment Division, Collection Division, Finance Division, Administrative and Human Resource Management Division, Regional Investigation Division, and Document Processing Division. For the 6 district offices, we have RDO1 Nawag, RDO2 Vigan, RDO3 San Fernando La Union, RDO4 Calasiao, RDO5 Alaminos, and RDO6 Urdaneta. The BIR has a vast amount of history when it comes to the digitalization of its key services. The most notable products of this pursuance are the different external e-services provided by the BIR to help taxpayers ease their burden and their tax compliance. Currently, the BIR is pursuing a DX transformation program by the virtue of RMO number 27-2020 as revised by RMO number 42-2022, which covers the automation of the Bureau's key external and now includes internal processes. As for the document tracking process of the BIR, currently, any correspondence, docket, or report which is to be signed by an employee outside of the origin office or to be received by another office will be recorded into a releasing or receiving logbook to actively monitor and account for the movement of such document. However, the problem arises when the logbook is misplaced or the document is recorded in another logbook. In this case, if the document became missing, there will be no one to be held accountable for. There is no way to properly monitor such document when the logbook became missing. This is why it is proposed that the document tracking and monitoring system be established to be the solution to lessen or even phase out the use of manual document recording, either for receiving or for releasing, and its recurring or potential problems. To facilitate a look on the status of the proposed system, we will use SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis lists the possible strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of the system, which are: for strengths, we have first, the project is backed by one of the priority projects of the Bureau, the DX Transformation Program. Second, the project is supported by the head of the office, the regional director. Third, members of the development team are competent IT professionals employed by BIR RR1. And fourth, the data center is within the compound of BIR RR1, thus easy access to the database. For weaknesses, some of the future users of the systems are not technologically adept. Second, limited to no resources allocated. Additional requests for fund will take up to months. And third, scheduling of the whole project will be based on the available schedule of the manpower. For opportunities, first, it can be endorsed to the national office to be implemented nationwide. Second, since it is a system that handles administrative tasks, it can be used as a basis by other agencies to implement their document tracking and monitoring system. And for the threats, first, the change of Commissioner of Internal Revenue might change the priorities of the Bureau. And second, a change of regional director may affect the timeline if the regional director is not supportive of the proposed project. Presented are the identified features and functionalities of the proposed system. User registration. The administrator shall create an account for each office under the name of the office's releasing or receiving officer. Each office must submit an endorsement letter with a filled-out BIR form with the following details. First, full name of their releasing and receiving officers. Second, registered email address of the releasing and receiving officers. And third, item position of the releasing or receiving officers. Second is user update or delete. The administrator shall, upon receipt of justification letter and filled out BIR form from an office for any change of their releasing or receiving officer with the reasons stated, shall update or delete the user from the requesting office and register a new user for that matter. Third, register and add document. Allows user to add the details on the document that is not yet recorded by any user from other office. It can be for releasing or for receiving. After registering, the system will give a document ID that must be included or written in the cover paper of the hard copy of the document for proper identification is an easy search. The status of the document added will be newly registered. Fourth, search document. Allows users to search a registered document by using the document ID or other details. For the purposes of adhering to the Data Privacy Act, only those documents tied under the user's office shall only be the document searchable. Fifth, release documents. Allows users to create a query for releasing any registered documents under the user's office. User will take the status of document details if released to temporary recipient or released to ultimate recipient. If the user has chosen the latter, it will prompt a notice that the document will now be closed and cannot be edited. A request with a justification must be filed to the administrator to change the status of the document. And lastly, receive document. Allows users to receive pending documents. User will take the status of the document as received by the temporary recipient or received by the ultimate recipient. If the user has chosen the latter, it will prompt a notice that the document will now be closed and cannot be edited. A request with a justification must be filed to the administrator to change the status of the document. Here is the conceptual design of the proposed system. This includes the entity relationship diagram, which is presented herein. Our revenue region has several offices. For the case of BIR RR1, it has 13 offices. Each office has its receiving officer, which receives the documents, and releasing officer, which releases the documents. The ERD is expounded further into these entities and relationships, where this will be the basis for the creation of the database. All entities mentioned in the ERD are presented herewith, which also includes all the details that will be used for the database creation. Here's the system and user interface of the system. For the conceptual systems and interface and design, user will land on the login page, and after logging in successfully, the page will display 4 modules, on which the first is the search document, which also comprises of 4 types of search. First, search using document ID. Second, search using other details, document title. Third, search using other details, document preparer. And fourth, search using other details, document date. Second is add or register document, which has 2 types. First, document for releasing, and second, document for receiving. Third is release document, and fourth is receive document. Presented is the use case diagram of the proposed system. This is used to summarize all the details of the system users and all their interactions with the system. It also includes all the dependencies which can exist on all these interactions. First, we have is login, where it includes a verified password authentication and where it extends a display login error when the login is unsuccessful. Second, search document, where it extends search using document ID, search using other details, document title, search using other details, document preparer, and search using other details, document date. Third is add or register document, where it extends all the details needed to add or register a document. Fourth is release document. And lastly is receive document. For the implementation plan, it will be divided into 6 phases, as seen on this table of activities. First, we have project planning. Second, we have systems analysis and design. And third, we have implementation. Fourth, user training and system acceptance. Fifth, deployment. And sixth, support and maintenance. To easily present on how long each activity will run, the Gantt chart is presented hereby. In the future, it is recommended that, first, design and develop the document tracking and monitoring system. Second, implement the system on all offices of BIR Revenue Region Number 1. And third, endorse the plan and design to the BIR National Office for possible nationwide implementation. That's all for my presentation of MIS plan for document tracking and monitoring process of BIR RR1. Presented herewith are the references used in this presentation. Thank you.